So I'll start with Balaji. Balaji, can you just brief about yourself?
Yeah, hi Ganesh. Currently, I have 4.3 years of experience in software testing.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So all into manual only. Tosca. I heard that the codings and all very less here. So I try to explore in Tosca automation.
Okay, got it. And Niranjan?
Hi guys, this is Niranjan. I'm having 3.5 years of experience as an automation tester. Uh, I use functional testing tools like HPUFT, and I'm more into more functional testing. So I just looking forward to learn about Tosca.
Okay, thank you. And Santosh? Santosh, are you there? And iPhone, I can see. I requested to speak iPhone by the username is iPhone.
Sorry for interruption. The iPhone person's name is Divya. She's unable to change the name, she said. She is traveling right now, so she will be just attending, and if needed, she will unmute herself.
Okay,
That's what she told me. Yeah.
and Realme Pro, I can see one more person. So yeah, Selva. Selva, can you just be about yourself? And Vaishnavi?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hey,
yes,
hi.
Selva. Go ahead.
This is Selva here. Yes, I've been working in support in Wipro. So I thought Tosca would be a correct platform to change to IT. So while I searching, I found this. So I came to learn about Tosca.
Okay, thank you. And Vaishnavi?
Hi, I'm working in Cognizant. I know little bit about the Tosca, so need to know about fully, so I joined the class.
Okay. And finally, Santosh? Santosh, you can unmute and speak.
Is it audible?
Yes, now, yes.
Super. So, hey, hi Ganesh and hi team. This is Santosh here from. Actually, I have around 12.5 years of experience in uh, IT domain. Okay, so almost 7 years I work in that manual testing. So I think I need to update my skill sets and to go for that automation part and yeah, that's the thing. And the Tosca is a very less coding compared with the Java Selenium and other tools. Okay, so that I was choosing for this Ganesh.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Santosh. Thanks for it.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Satish, you can go ahead. And the team we have Satish is our trainer, and he just brief about himself and also like he'll give you the demo class for today. Yeah, Satish, you can go ahead.
Okay. Hello everyone. Yeah, so I'm Satish. I have around 8.8 plus years of experience in Tosca. Okay, into development and also in quality center. Okay, that's about me. Okay, so shall we begin?
Yeah, Satish.
Okay, so but how much do you guys have an idea on like testing and automation? Like what percentage of among all of? Hello.
Can you respond? Others?
Yeah, Satish.
Satish, you are
What was
breaking.
your question?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead, Satish.
Okay, so I was asking what percentage, I mean, of you like know under what is Tosca and how much like, what is Tosca or testing? So how many of them are behind like have the already testing background? Anything like manual or whatever it is.
I'm from functional testing, manual testing background, but Tosca is a very new thing for me. Even
Okay,
automation testing, I had experience in HP UFT, but Tosca is I'm a beginner to Tosca.
okay. Also, almost most of them are like very much new to Tosca, right? Okay.
Yes, I hope
Yes.
so.
Mm, okay, so I will just go ahead and explain a couple of steps. So yeah, like you guys mentioned, Tosca is a completely scriptless tool. Okay, script because it's a model-based test automation tool. Okay, so it is scriptless 97 percentage. You don't have to script any thing in Tosca, like coding wise. It is inbuilt inside it based on technology, how it is, what we are scanning or what we are working or what particular application, either it's a web-based application or a desktop-based application, anything. So it basically works on a model-based automation. Model-based, what do you mean by model-based? So model-based is something called you take everything in the form of a model, like an attribute as a module, where the particular module have all the attributes of the control that you want to give. So you just the most of the thing is you drag and drop those module and create a script based on that. And the major USP in Tosca is reusable test case. So, for example, if you're writing a coding for something, you are going to write the same thing for something else also. Here, when you build something, you can reuse it if it wherever you want in any portion. For example, you create a script. I mean, the script type doesn't mean I don't mean you have to write any script. So when you create a test cases, it is also called script. Okay. So whenever I say script, that means test cases. Okay. So whatever the portion of your test cases or a script that you developed, okay, that can be reused in any proportion. Like for example, you just need this particular section of it, you can reuse it, and the full section of it, you can reuse it. Okay. You'll get to understand it when you start working what exactly it means. Plus, it is codeless. 98% codeless because you won't do any coding based on anything. There are some application you come across which is very rare that you will be able to scan or automate or create any control out of that application. That's very rare. Even that Tosca provides separate options to work on it. Then you guys go and code it. Okay. So it will be very rare that when you have to face something, but even that Tricentis will take care of it if the company agrees. Okay. And also the platform, overall platform is very user friendly. Okay. It works upon certain stages. Okay. Starting from a requirement to uh, test case design and test case design, module creation, test cases, and execution list. So it works in stages, so it's pretty much easy to understand. Okay, what is you're doing and where you are working on. Okay, and also it's a cross-platform compatibility. You can automate a web application, desktop application, mobile application, web services, mainframe application, UI application, non-UI application, APIs, everything. Okay. That's more about Tosca. So Tosca is developed by a company called Tricentis. And they are located in Vienna, Austria, not Australia, Austria, Vienna. Okay, so they are the developers. They have a base in Bangalore. I'm sorry, in Pune also. So these are the two places they actually, and also in Africa, I think. Yeah, Africa. I don't know the exact place, but yeah, Africa. So you can automate 90% of your automation rate with using Tosca. So you can do rapid regression and functional testing. The overall USP is you you reduce so much time in execution and script building that it enhances your work a lot. Okay, cost wise and also time and effort wise. Okay, and Tosca is a paid tool. Okay, compared to Selenium and other tools, many tools are like open source, but Tosca is a paid tool. Um, let me share my screen. Can I share my screen?
Sadish, sorry for interrupt.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I have a small doubt, like is it related to RPA for Tosca?
RPA is
Or
a concept in Tosca.
okay.
RPA is a concept that is available in Tosca, but that is not Tosca. RPA is separately different. You can say RPA is a okay. RPA is available. That's very advanced using this. So we are going through the basics one. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, like I mentioned, Tosca is a continuous testing platform which accelerates with the agile and DevOps, whatever that methodology your company is using, it works through it. And the overall idea, major companies provide 90% automation rate. So overall, all the test cases that you are supposed to create based on that, it works on it. Okay. I told you about the stages, right? This is what the stages is. This is how you see in Tosca also, in with these colors. Requirement, that is your first stage. In requirement stages, you gather your requirement, whatever it is necessary for your testing. What is important, what is not important, everything. What is the weightage of your test case? You do this in the requirement section. Next is your test case design section. Okay, this is a very important feature in Tosca that is handling its own test data. So it has a separate section for the handling test data where you can design your test data for data-driven testing. Okay, there is a separate concept called data-driven testing. Uh, so when you are doing that, you can. It will be very useful. And in general, every test case need a test data. So everything from your any data, even a single word or a single everything goes from here to your script. Okay, so this is your data dump or data creation section. Okay, there are two type of data sets. One is your test case design, which is local data, which is available inside your Tosca, which is static. You create a test data utilizing your test case. And there is a runtime data, which is called test case services, which is a web version of the same thing, which you connect through modules. And in runtime, you can upload a data, fetch a data. That's that. This is static. You fix it, you use it. And TDS is a runtime data. Even during running your test case, you can upload a data into that data sheet, and you can fetch a data from the data sheet whenever you want. Okay. The third section, orange section, is module. This is where you create controls. For example, any application, web application or desktop or any application, you scan the application and create controls here. Okay, so once it is created, it is created in the form of a module, and the module will have all the controls, and the control will have all the physical and technical property of that control, which is used for test case design building. Okay, the next one is your test case building. This in this section you create your test cases. Okay, so you utilize your test module that you generated or created, or and you use this in step by step you put those modules in a stack according to your flow of your test case to make a test case. Okay, and you utilize your test data from your test case design for this test. Okay, so here this in blue section is where you build or script your test cases. And then Fifth one is your execution list. This is where you execute. You can execute your test case in test case section also, but it doesn't create any logs. But when you in green section, when you run your script, it will create logs with time, date, how many pass failed, how many times it passed, how many times, every history. So based on that, you can create an impact analysis. Okay, last sprint I run the script. Okay, out of 100, 60 test case passed, and now out of 100, only 20 test case passed. So there is a analysis. You can do all this in execution list. Third was report generation is not a section; it's part of execution list only. Okay, before it used to be separate. I mean, still it is a separate section, but it is included with execution. Once you execute, you can generate the report of your whatever execution list in a PDF, Excel, sorry, XML or JSON or Excel format. Okay, so which you can later provide it to, I mean, your company if that is what they want. So this is the overall life cycle of Tosca, how your test case is built. You start from requirement, creating test data, creating module, building a test case, executing it, and reporting it. Okay, this is the overall cycle. And this works in the same stage, whatever you are working. Okay, whatever application you are going to execute, this works in this similar stage. Okay. Yeah, any questions?
Sorry to interrupt, Satish. This is Niranjan. Satish, I'm having few doubts. Is that fine if I ask now or?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. When you have questions, just ask me.
So generating the reports, is that a third party or it's a built-in tool?
Yeah, it is a
along with
built-in concept.
Okay. And this creating the modules is there, right? So modules are the main building blocks, right? Which helps to build the test cases.
Yes, that's the main building block which you use to create the test case.
Okay, inside module controls are the objects usually, the whatever the objects which you are going to act in the application. So those are named as controls, huh?
Yeah, controls, attributes. Yeah, you can name.
Okay.
Majorly, it is written as an attribute only. Okay, it's called attribute. The correct term is attribute. You can call it a control. It is because it is easy to understand.
Right, got it. So Tosca will identify the differences, right, in the application. It will separates the buttons or web elements, the phrases. Everything can be.
When you create a model, you have to input such things that it differentiates it.
Okay, either it's a button or a radio button or checkbox.
Oh, no, that it will automatically identify. It will show you with the diagram and everything. Okay, this is a button, this is a radio button, this is a text box with icons and everything. You will get it. Okay, making it unique is something a challenging part which you have to master it.
You have to do that.
Okay, unique is okay. When we go for a model, I'll explain you what is unique.
Sure, yeah, right. Thank you.
So, any questions?
That's it from my side.
Okay. So this is overall concept, okay, which you follow. Then, so these are the features of Tosca. So you can automate any type of application, create selecting it for it from APIs to APIs to web-based application, desktop, web services, mainframe application, like application like Putty or Telnet or UI, non-UI based application. Everything you can automate. Based on how complicated it will become more ups and downs. Okay. Tosca has an inbuilt lot of features which is enabled for SAP. Okay, they have lot of standard modules. Again, standard module is a concept because in Tosca, which gives you the basic thing that you need for a test case. It's already as a standard module will be available in Tosca. You can just utilize it. The remaining thing is going to we will explain that one by one all the standard module and how it works to you. Okay. So SAP has so for SAP, Tosca has standard modules inbuilt for it, which is very much easy, makes it very much easy to automate SAP based applications. Okay, the SAP GUI, not web version, that you have to do it like treat it as a web application. Okay. Tosca in general supports for database. One is MySQL, Oracle, like DB and SQL. Okay, support in the sense a Tosca repository is built in this. But when you have to automate Tosca and like database, you can automate any database using Tosca. Okay. When you install application or create a project, it goes into a repository. So those repository is built in four database. But when you if you have work-wise, if you want to automate, you can automate any like any database. Okay, there is a confusion usually people have. It also supports cross-browser testing. So when you create a test case in Internet Explorer, you can execute the same thing in Chrome, Firefox, Safari, everywhere. Okay. And I explained you the test data management part. So there are two type of data. One is your static data, which is inbuilt inside Tosca, and there is one more web services. I mean, usually that is provided to you. That is your dynamic data, which you can retrieve anytime in between application. Okay. Apart from that, yeah, you can also do mobile testing. Okay, it supports almost mostly all the technologies. Okay, I mean these are few technologies. Okay, it supports. It's I mean it's now it supports more, but basically it supports everything. So there is inbuilt engine inside it for Java, JavaScript, everything. So when you scan an application, those engine activates and create your model because your application is based on it may be created using Java, .NET, or HTML, PHP, whatever technology it is used, or a scripting tool it is used to develop that application. When you scan for a control, it will automatically enable those engine which is required and take the model for it. Okay, so that automatically happens. You don't have to like go inside and check what or else. So this is it's about both REST and SOAP API and application also mobile testing Android and iOS also. Okay, you can also there are inbuilt modules for Excel. You can also send email and receive email through Excel in your exchange, what email exchange through Tosca. If but there are modules for it to do it very easily. But email exchange are sometimes some things which is very secure, so that needs a permission from an admin. Most company doesn't give it. If your company is giving it, you can create a script, automate the script, and you can send your email also through your script. Which so just run the script and go. It will execute it, generate your report, and send it to every people once you customize everything. So it is that fluent inside Tosca. Okay, so you don't have to sit and write or create or generate a report. Everything can automatically done inside Tosca with script. You have to create script based on that, and then it will automatically do it. So that easy. Okay, model-based estimation I explained you. Okay, so there is a called 20 risk coverage. So I mean, it is the concept which some people use it. So what is it? For example, you have under test case, Tosca, you identify like 60% of those test case which gives 80% risk. So you don't automate all 100 manual test case. There is no point of doing automation and you not to have to do. But yeah, some company prefer I need everything to be automated. That is a different concept. But in general, if you see as a concept of automation, you automate only 60 to 70% of the manual script that is there, but it covers 80 to 90% of your risk coverage. That is the overall goal. Okay, if there is 100 test case, you're automating 100 test case doesn't make sense. Why? Okay, there is a concept thing that is that manual test case takes a lot of time and automation scripting takes less time. That is not true. Any application you take automation or a web, any application, not Selenium or whatever you take, creating a script will equally take the same amount of time or little less time than compared to manual testing, okay, or sometime more time also. But where the Tosca gives you edge over time is during execution, okay, and maintenance and reusability. Okay, so these are the 3-4 key features where Tosca gives you edge. But while script building, the overall time, for example, manual test case, it took you 3 hours to create a test case. An automation script will almost take 2.5 hours or more than 3 hours, based on how good you are building your test cases. Okay, so when building a test case, it won't give you any edge on. I mean, any tool will not give, not only Tosca, any tool will not give you any edge on creating a script until unless it is automatically generated, which you can do through Tosca. Okay, so I mean, mostly people don't prefer it. I'll tell you about the plug and play. Okay, so and when you have an edge on any overall timing is your maintenance. Okay, once you build a script, the maintenance is a very hassle work. But in Tosca, maintenance becomes very easy because you reuse. You mostly reuse everything, modules, test cases into one another. You create building blocks or reusable tester block. It is called reusable tester block basically. Okay, so it reduces your maintenance. For example, you have to change one single thing in one test, one single thing in one single control for a test case. It affects almost 70 test cases. Okay, out of 100. If you don't have a reusability, okay, you have to go and change in every 70 test case. But here, since you have reusability, you change in one place and it will affect in all the 70 test cases. Okay, so the maintenance work that you're going to do for weeks reduce into days. It's that much days or sometime hours also. It's that much efficient. Okay, and execution, obviously you execute a number of time you want. Okay, a Tosca has an inbuilt CI/CD platform. I mean, yeah, concept where you can you have to do the configuration. Once the configuration is done, Tosca can split up the execution and run the script in multiple machines at one time. For example, if you have 1,000 test cases in your machine, it takes like let's say 1 day to execute all the test cases. When you put it in CI/CD platform, it distributed into 3 or 4 or 5 or 10, depends upon how many executing system you have, and it distributed. If you have two, which takes 6 hours, which takes like 8 hours, execution will convert into 4 hours. 3, it will reduce less. So things that will happen. Script that takes like 1 day to execute can be done in 1 hour or 2 hours. So this is how you reduce your overall timing. Okay. You can also migrate script in Tosca. If you have a script in Selenium, you can migrate it to Tosca, and also you can run the script in Tosca. You can also create manual test cases also inside Tosca. Okay, there is a concept called exploratory testing. Okay, that is a very separate concept. I'll just tell you what exactly it is. It is a concept between manual testing and automation. Okay, so it doesn't come under manual testing or automation fully. It is something in between. You call it a formal testing. So what it is, this is you do exploratory testing when you don't have any concept of testing. Okay, you just got a release and you have to quickly test something and give. So you enable exploratory testing. You know as a tester, okay, these are the pain points. You go and click on those explore parts. Wherever you're clicking on the application using after enabling exploratory testing, Tosca will generate script based on that. So it can be anything. It's no structure to it. Okay. Okay. I want to check the login process. That you go and do it. Everything will be recorded, whatever you're doing. And oh, I want to check the messaging. Let's take Facebook messaging system. You type a message or do something, send a message to someone, receive a message. Everything. Okay, this happened. This is happening. So wherever, so you randomly go and click on everyone based on you as a tester, your intuition, and check. Okay, if I cover this, I can test the overall new features. Okay, so you do that, it will automatically create the script and then you can run it. Okay, so it is kind of a manual testing because it is you're doing it from the scratch and a kind of automation test. So it's a combination of both. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Hello.
No questions from my end, Satish.
Okay. Apart from that, on the introduction, I mean, remaining. So, okay, yeah. One thing I'll tell you, there are three type of things that you automate, that you do in Tosca. One is your data-driven testing. Okay, you test your application towards test data. Okay, you have a set of test data, and you have one particular kind of script, and you will run all the test data into using those test data multiple times, those test cases, to validate whether the data provided is correct or not. Okay, or create test case based on. So Tosca has a separate concept for that using test case design. Okay, that we will, that is one concept. Okay, in general you will get into that is called kind of data driven testing. Also, if you are getting a project like Tosca, whatever data Tosca takes, it keeps it.
Satish, your voice is breaking actually.
Yes, yes, yes. Wait. Now it is clear.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clear now.
So I was telling Tosca, whatever the test data Tosca is handling, it handles very securely. So the security feature of handling test data is high in Tosca. So so that's why more and more banking and healthcare industry use Tosca, because the way they have very sensitive informations. So they cater toward Tosca very much because of how securely Tosca handles the test data. Okay. So that is one that is one thing. So handling, yeah. So using that you can get as well. So another is you create pure automation. For example, and the scenario will be there is a particular. I'll tell you example of a project I worked on. I worked for a company called Petrol. Okay, so Petrol is a research center. Okay, so so what happens is they have the application name is Petrol. That's why the company's name is also Petrol. Okay, so the application, what it does, it sends signals to a satellite, which they own apparently, and that satellite scans a particular place on Earth. Okay, and it gives you geographical graph. Okay, so based on the geographical graph, you can identify where you get limestone, where you get diamonds, where you get coal, where you get petrol. Okay, the overall idea to find petrol. Okay, towards Indian Ocean. It- okay, so that application needs to run on a specific time, on a specific coordinate when the satellite is revolving around Earth. Okay, but whenever it is coming to Earth, it's a human error. Okay, human cannot exactly run the script or test something on exactly on the same time. Okay, so what they asked us to do is they asked us to create a script, whatever they're doing manually. It's a very lengthy process. Opening the application, there are a lot of configuration they have to do before the satellite come to an adjustment. They have to run the scan, and then the satellite will scan, and immediately it gives you a report. Then you have to compare the scan and you have to report it. Okay, and find out XY rays, gamma rays, everything, whatever it is. Okay, so it's a very crucial timing. So in that, what Tosca does, so only few people are allowed to work on that particular software, because one, it is highly sensitive. Second, it is very you don't know the exact timing. Okay, so we created a script for them that no man is needed for that to work on, the software to work. Okay, when the satellite comes to a particular degree or a coordinate, it automatically sends a signal which triggers the execution, and Tosca starts automating everything. Okay, and it compares all the graph which is previously there, which is now changes and everything, and then it will report it back. Okay, this is pure automation, which helps to work on software where people are not able to work and which is very difficult and critical area. That is so these kind of project. I don't know how often you are able to work on, but yeah, it's something is available. I told you something which is on a large scale. In the minimum scale also, you will do the same thing. The third thing is your data generation. Okay, like I explained you before, data generation. So you run a script. You for example, like ERP applications. You run a script. You generate data. You store it in one place. Use the same data in another application. Okay, and process it and get some data and then put everything as a report or in an Excel sheet for a data for utilizing for something else. So it is called end-to-end testing. You take you run a script in, for example, you run a script in SAP. Okay, you pull out whatever the transaction code completed and what are the status bar and information, everything. You keep it in a one place. Okay, then you to use that information, run some queries in SQL and validate the data whether it is correctly uploaded in the database or not. Then you fetch data from there and use in a web application to again verify and validate or run some script to generate. So this is called overall end-to-end process. Okay, so you do all sort of things using Tosca, which makes it very easy because it easily connects and quits and connects with different applications. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Okay. So like I mentioned, Tosca is a like a
Satish,
yeah.
Satish, sorry for interrupt. So, for compared to Java Selenium, that only thing is the coding, correct? So, other than we have found anything new, Satish? Because
In Tosca?
because yeah, in Tosca, because most of the companies they are using Java Selenium because of the only reason the open source.
Yes.
Correct. So, but any other special special reason for Tosca? It is not apart from coding,
See,
less coding.
the only thing that you can see in Tosca is that okay, it's a paid tool. Okay. Apart from that, other than coding, again, how do Tosca handles your test data? That is very important. Okay. Uh, it is very secure, very easy. Okay.
Okay.
Again, one more thing is learning it. This is very easy. Okay, it's not going to be
Okay.
very tough. Okay, there are, and you just have to drag and drop stuff and create. I mean, if you have a basic idea on testing, what to test, okay, you can easily, anyone can easily do it. Okay,
Okay.
and
I
apart, yeah,
and one more thing. Like I saw somewhere from IBM related, like that means of integration tools. Is
yes.
related to it's related to that is IBM. I mean integration tools sense like Delbumi, MuleSoft.
See,
No.
yeah, that's what I was about to tell you. So Tosca can be integrated with multiple tools. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, you can integrate Tosca with Jenkins for integration CI/CD. You can integrate with GitLab or GitHub. Okay, so it closely works with developer. Once the developer finishes the execution, even they can push it and start the execution. Okay,
Okay.
once the script is done. So it is the I mean you can integrate with GitLab, GitHub, Jira, Jenkins. Okay, so HPALM. So for execution, report generation, everything you can or report maintenance. You can also integrate with Qtest also for execution. So once you trigger the execution, you configure everything. You can trigger the execution from Qtest also. So everything report goes to your Qtest so that you can manage how the testing is going on. So the integration is very much possible for many multiple applications. Okay.
Mhm.
Even if directly Tosca is not able to integrate with till now with some reason, there is some in between tool also available which connects Tosca to that application.
Okay.
Third-party tool.
Okay. Great.
Okay, so the integration with Tosca, there are a lot of integrations, application that you can integrate with Tosca based on your node. There is a thing called Tosca Analytics. Okay, that will give you overall history of everything. Okay, actually
Okay.
remove that section continuously. Okay, so I am telling you something which is based on basics, which is currently that you need to know to understand what Tosca is. Okay, Tosca has become very vast. There are a lot of stuff. That is why people are more and more going towards Tosca because of lot of, for example, you mentioned robotic process. There is called Tosca BI, like business intelligence or integrated data, uh, Flood IO. The Flood IO is a system that is used during telecasting. Uh, like recently during IPL also they use Flood IO system to telecast efficiently to everyone. Okay, so it has lot of features, like many features that you can explore one by one, one by one, one by one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So yeah, any other questions?
And Sadish, sorry for interrupt again. So, the deferred life cycle method, I mean, we are following in other tool only, right? Like Jira or TFS, or we have anything in task also for defect to
Defect?
rising code.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a defect raising. I mean, you can create issues in Tosca also, but
Oh.
usually company prefer Jira only because that is they are using it for a very long time. So they usually even
But
even
we
I
have it.
use Jira only, but you have inbuilt stuff.
Okay. Because most of the companies are using a TFS right now because of the Microsoft was built everything, and Jira also, yes, good. That is what. But in
Ha.
Tosca,
So the thing is, many companies are using Jira for a very long time, so they don't want to move away from it because why? Because whatever the defect that is tracking in Tosca, that is only specific to Tosca automation test cases. Okay. When Jira, you can also log manual test cases issues also. Okay. So usually what they do, they install Tosca, leave the defect parts to Jira only. Tosca can be integrated with Jira, so they automatically integrate it with Jira. They already have a Jira for a very long time. Usually, how company works, and so if they don't have Jira,
no, sorry, Sadish, your voice is breaking in between.
sorry. Hello.
You are not
Hello.
audible, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. No, I can.
So yeah, so as per Jira concept defect tracking, Tosca has inbuilt issue tracking, but most of the company doesn't use it because they are used to work in Jira. If the company doesn't have a Jira mechanism to handle their issues and bugs and stuff, then they go with which is inbuilt in Tosca. Otherwise, most of the company goes with Jira only. And also Tosca easily integrates with Jira, so that is also a reason.
Okay. So,
But
and
yeah,
meanwhile,
for your answer,
good.
yeah, Tosca inbuilt has a issue tracking, issue generation and issue tracking thing. That is very good. That is integrated with the execution list also, and but usually nobody. I have not seen anyone using it. They usually go for Jira only.
Okay. So, and meanwhile, Satish, like if we have written in the test case in Excel sheet, okay. So some of the companies are using that Excel sheet only, right, till now for manual. Okay.
Yeah.
So whether we have to upload our Excel sheet for in Tosca, like
No, you don't have to upload anything. So the Excel sheet you have step-by-step instructions. Step one,
Okay.
create. Step two, put this data. Step three, this. You have to follow the same instruction and create a script in Tosca.
Okay, understood.
There is a called schema definition. If you have test data in Excel sheet, you can import inside your test case design. That feature you have.
Okay.
Okay, but there is a format. In that format, you have to keep your test data and then you can upload it. And that the test data service is exactly like Excel sheet only. Okay. But it's a web service version of it. When you export the test data from your web service, it downloads in form of an Excel sheet for ease, because still people understand Excel sheet more easy. So it's in that. But in the application, it looks like a rows and column in a very different way. But when you download the test data from there, then it will download in a form of Excel sheet only.
Okay. So why I'm asking this question, like, if we have developed the test case in manual, okay, functional testing we are did, and in the upcoming, I mean, the future, we are going for the regression automation only they are using for regression. Okay. So that time they are using the same test cases for that regression also. So maybe they are upload any Excel sheets or not. That is one.
No, they will use the same script which you developed in Tosca. Okay.
And
if the test data is, that's why it's, test data play a very important role. If there is a change in the test data, you just change the test data and you run the script in the same script.
Okay. And meanwhile, we can able to take the screenshot, right, automatically.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I will tell you how to do it. I told you about standard modules, right? That covers most of the which you're asking.
Thanks, Satish.
So, Satish, what kind of frameworks we were following in Tosca?
See, Tosca has an inbuilt framework, so you don't have to follow a framework. You have to follow guidelines.
Okay.
Okay, I will give you PDF files. Okay. So just, I will explain you which each section, what are the guidelines you have to follow. Okay, and also I'll give you one like PDF file which has overall all the guidelines. What you have to follow.
Sure.
It's called best practice.
Okay, best practice.
In Tricentis terms, it is called best practice. But in general, you don't follow framework while you're coding or scripting. Okay. Tosca has an inbuilt framework that which it works on. Okay. But you follow certain guidelines. This is supposed to do, this you're supposed not to do. And this is where you have to create a test case. Okay. So that those are called best practices that I will tell you while we are doing it.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And you said the Tosca is less coding thing, right? Not at all a zero coding, it's a less coding thing. So if in the case
you can't say no coding, you will not code anything in Tosca.
But in some point of time, there are possibilities for us to.
There are possibilities of coding, very rare situation. In that case, depend upon the application which, like for example, the application is built on JavaScript or Java or .NET. So you have to run script in that. Okay. Actually, that is also not needed, because if you check with Tricentis, ask for the support, they will give you DLLs which will make that application enable for scanning. Okay. Now they are doing that also. When, for example, recently we have a application called Workday or something like that. Okay. So when we are automating Tosca, it's not able to do it because it was created, the application was created using multiple frameworks. They use multiple technologies in one app, developing one application. It happens sometimes. So Tosca, we check with Tricentis, they gave us a DLL, separate DLL. So once we put the DLL in a particular location inside Tosca, when we again then started to automate, it automatically created modules for us. They do that also. But that is a very rare situation that you come upon. I have not seen this many years any application that is not been automating, apart from few. But now, since more Tosca is upgrading, it is supporting more and more applications. I don't think so. You will come to a place, I have to do a coding. Okay, there is always an alternate solution how you can do inside Tosca itself without coding.
Got it. Okay.
Anything else?
Nothing.
Okay. Like I told you, in execution, Tosca supports CI/CD pipelines that needs to be configured from your admin or whoever does the for installation part and all. And then then you can easily one click and run the script in CI/CD. Okay.
Satish, sorry to interrupt. I'm having one general doubt. You were explaining that Tosca will be very simple and it's a single click to go, right? In that case, you are telling even developers also can get trained to do this automation testing through Tosca by implementing some integration tools, but
Yeah.
just by pushing
I
the
mean,
code.
they can. I mean, see, Tosca is very easy to learn, so anyone can learn it. Okay.
Learn,
I
okay.
told you in a way ki, when you are how integration seamlessly works here. Once, for example, developer has finished his build. Okay,
Mhm.
he can push the script inside. I mean, he can push the script in the QA, and he can initiate like execution from himself as through GitLab.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I
But the
understand.
script needs to be built by a tester. For that, you need a tester.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean, the application developer will not create automation script. You
Yeah, right.
already
That's
create a
why you
script
said
and
that.
give it. You keep it. If you are
Okay.
not available, he can execute. He can trigger the execution to run and check whether quickly needs. So for that,
Sure, sure. Okay.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, you gave the answer. Yeah, that is what about.
So yeah, but for
So
scripting,
the scope for a newcomers from the testing side into Tosca will be a wise choice, or that is my question actually. Since
yeah. So
developers are also able to do the execution and all. Okay, now I got the question. So that automation
yeah.
testers need to build the
See,
test cases.
it is not like they cannot create the script. If they learn it, they can also create. The same way, if
Create.
you learn scripting, you can also do the development.
Mhm.
Okay. The same way, if they learn Tosca, how to build script, they can also script. But your roles are different. They are
Yeah.
specifically for development. You are specifically for testing. So you create your script, but Tosca gives an edge that anyone can execute. For example, your manager also, when you put in for example, when you integrate with Qtest, anyone can execute the test case and run and check.
Qtest is also a part of a Tricentis, right?
No, Qtest is a separate tool. Tosca is
Okay.
integrated.
Okay.
Okay, it is
Thank you.
mostly into test management kind of stuff.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so yeah, so that like that. So, but separately, developers and testers are needed. It's not like developers itself they can run the script which is built, but to build the script you need a tester who needs who builds the test case. Okay, because there is a requirement, and when someone is building a particular thing for an application. Okay, when someone is building an application, they build the application, but for example, you are building something. When you itself test it, you won't be able to find bugs. So you need a proper tester who will find bugs and check. Okay, this is not working. This is I have to tell. Okay, yeah, as per a requirement, this particular thing should be in red color. You put this in a green color. Developer will say no, green color looks good, but you have to tell them no, as per requirement that should be red color. So change it to red. Okay, so you need a tester to who do that. So yeah, okay. Apart from that, what was it? Yeah, like I told you, maintenance is a very easy process. Okay, and also the market for Tosca is growing uh, very huge. Before it was only in India and Austria, but now you have a huge market in Australia and also huge market in USA also, which is USA is Tosca booming now very rapidly because they work on SAP and Salesforce a lot. And to automate those, they prefer Tosca over Selenium because managing that is very tedious for them. So it's there is a huge like what opportunity in US now for Tosca and also Australia though it was there for last 2 years. They're still looking for more and more training and more and more. So yeah, you have an ongoing thing, and Tosca is also updating to the current trends. It's not like it's stuck like that. Okay, it is coming with Flood.io, it is coming with ERP2 now. Every time new updates and new things are coming up. So according to the generation, Tosca is evolving. Okay, when I started Tosca, it was 8.4 version. There are a lot of applications you cannot even scan, but now there is no application which you cannot scan. Okay, so it is evolving, so you have to evolve with that. Give me one sec. Okay. Yeah, I'm done with this. You have any questions? We can go ahead.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
Niranjan, any questions?
No questions.
Balaji,
No.
Vaishnavi?
No.
Sure, then.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. Satish, one small doubt actually.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
real time kind of applications, is that possible for Tosca to validate?
Oh, what do you mean by real-time application?
Real time in the case like if I'm using a real time some email IDs.
Okay.
So with, that particular the mail is coming to a particular two address and the CCing it to some other CCing and CCing to some other address. So these kind
Okay.
of verifications Tosca is supported.
Yeah, email verification. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
You
Fine.
have inbuilt, actually, you have inbuilt module for that, like in standard module. You don't have to separately do it. You just have to use it and configure and keep it. But the thing is, the configuration part takes a security certificate, which most of the developers, like admins, don't give. Okay, if they give, it makes our life very easy. But it's, I mean, depend upon your company. If your company is giving you that certificate, like as a security certificate for accessing email through Tosca, then you can do it.
Okay.
It is something that needs to be given by your admin team.
Got it. Yeah, got it. Okay. And one more thing, like unlike Selenium, we are having some few variations to find our object, right? I'm not sure about the exact word. Like we have that XPath and other things.
You have the similar thing. You don't have XPath because, I mean, you have XPath in Tosca also. You don't use it often because XPath changes.
Okay.
And when the XPath changes, your script fails.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you have multiple, like thousands of other ways to do it. So when you scan a module, I'll show you. When you scan a module, it will give you every history of your module or a control. Okay. Every single thing, dimensions, its location in your screen, X and Y axis, everything. Okay, you will have in front of you. Which one you use and how to use that, I will tell you, and then you can which one is more stable, that you have to go for, and we have to find. And Tosca will automatically make it for you, but again you have to cross check whether that is what you need, and you can change it accordingly.
Okay. How to know which one, like which way is a stable way? That one you will teach later.
Yeah, I will tell you which one is stable. I mean, you will get to know the more you work, which one will be more stable.
Once you practice. Yeah, right, got it.
Yeah, you'll get to know. I will tell you the standard ones, which one is stable, which you should not take, and which is reliable, which is not reliable. But apart from that, it differs from the application. That you will figure out when you do it. Okay, the more what will happen, the more control becomes common, and you will get an error more than one control found. So it is not able to identify which control you have taken. Okay, so in that case, so you have to avoid that, and uh, you have to take a control which is more stable. Okay, there are some applications which you can easily get it. There are some applications which will be very tough. Okay, so your main challenge is that only, to create a module which is more stable. Okay, you can easily do it, but if the application is not stable, then it will give you nightmares. Okay, any application. Okay, so that is what the craft is.
Okay.
How to create the model which is more and more stable. The more stable your module is, the more stable your script is, and more less maintenance work. Or else you have to rework on it. You can easily rescan the model you created and just go through that section and change it all. You don't have to do it entirely. Okay, so that is also an option. So
Okay, fine. And one more thing, like if in the case if I'm supposed to automate an .NET developed application or a Java developed application while using Tosca, is that any predefined I need to give like?
no,
If
nothing.
I'm
Tosca
using,
will identify the application based on, and it will automatically tell you this is a dot
okay,
printer.
irrespective of any platform which has been developed, any language it has been developed, the
Yeah,
Tosca
it will automatically tell you that this is developed in this application, like that, and you don't have to worry about that. What application it is. Tosca will automatically identify it and give you the result. Okay, if something is not working, then you can go and check which one option it is checking. Okay, then you can change and then try to run in different way. But by default, it will automatically. You don't have to go through that phase of thinking what type of application it is and how. It will all work on background. It will just give you the controls. Okay, select whatever the control you want and make it unique and keep it. That is how it is.
and reusability of the controls are also possible, right?
Yeah. That is a major USP. That one module you create, you can use it in multiple test cases. Similar way, one test data you create, you can use in multiple test cases. And also one particular set of test cases you create, test scenario, you can use it in multiple test cases. So the reusability plays a very major role in task automation. That is so. So for example, you make changes in one place, it affects all the test cases. Either it's good or bad. If you mess something up in one test case, it will mess up all the 100 test cases. If you fix something, it will fix all the 100 test cases together. So that is why where the guideline comes, that you don't mess up. Okay. So when we go through one by one, I will tell you the guidelines. What are the guidelines you have to follow, so that you don't mess up those things. You can easily mess up something which affects all your 1,000 test cases. Okay, so and so that is where the guideline comes. That is why it doesn't support, like, not support. It has our own inbuilt framework, but it doesn't follow one particular framework. It is seamless. Depends upon the test cases and test scenario how you want it. You create test scenarios, not test framework. So so that is more efficient for your testing. You create a scenario based on how efficiently I want to test a particular application. Okay, and Tosca will adapt accordingly, but how to do it without any issue creating to one another. Okay, so that is how we go from the beginning with user workspace and everything. So that will clarify you how much clear it will be. So that, for example, if Vaishnavi is working on something that is not messed up by Balaji, or Balaji is working on something. So, for example, Vaishnavi created something. Balaji, you can use it, or other people also use the same thing and create their own test case. Vice versa. That is how you work in a group in Tosca.
Got it.
Okay, you can utilize each another's script that they created, and you can create your own without affecting their test case. And also, you can divide your work. Okay, this person is going to create this person is working on that, and there are some common things. You put something common which is utilized by everyone. Okay, so these things comes under understanding and your guidelines. When you follow guidelines, you don't have any issue with a problem, and that will come up.
Right. Is there any checkpoints there in Tosca? Like, for example, if one of my team member is working on some module or something, if unknowingly I have to do on the same module, is there anything will be logged or registered? Like,
yeah. If someone is working on something, you cannot access that first. So you won't mess up. You won't overwrite anything. Okay. Once they are finished and they release it, the particular control, then only you can access it.
Understand.
Okay. It works like that. That's a different concept. I will explain you very in detail how
Sure.
it is happening, or else it will be very confusing sometime for people. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll explain you very clearly. But yeah, so for example, if one person is accessing something, other person cannot access that.
Okay, Satish.
Okay, so yeah. Any other questions?
That's all from my end.
Okay. Ganesh, I think we are done. Next, we can start taking sessions. I'll prepare that.
Sure, then. If you don't have any questions, then I'll speak to Satish and we'll get back to you. And also, my team will let you know, like what will our other persons will call you and they'll let you know about the timings and other stuff.
Sure, Ganesh. Yeah.
Thank you, Satish. Thanks for your time.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Satish. Helpful. The session is very helpful.
Okay.
Thanks, Satish.
Yep.
Thanks, Ganesh.
Thank you, everyone, and happy weekend.
Yeah. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.